Yes.
Yes. So good morning, all of you. We had already started with the processing of wool and starting
Yes.
with shearing, that is the removal of the fleece, that is the
Yes, ma'am.
skin and the fur that we did first. Then this shearing skin
Yes.
was scoured. After shearing, what
Yes.
we did, beta? Scouring.
Uh,
That means what we did? We washed it. What we did? We washed it. That was scouring. Removal of the fleece is
yes,
shearing.
ma'am.
Washing the sheared wool is scouring.
And scouring.
Next step, next step is it has been sent to factory for separation of hair based on texture.
Yes.
This is called as sorting. And after sorting, we still get small fluffy fibers on the on the hair. Those are called as burrs. Now these burrs are again separated. Then the fiber is washed and dried. This process is known as burr separation. Next to burr separation is the fiber is then colored. So it is called as dyeing. What it is called, beta? Dyeing in different colors. After the fibers are dyed, then it is gone for, it goes for spinning. It's clear? Then it goes for spinning. Because the fibers are curled, they're curled, they're not straight. So in spinning, it is straightened up, combed, and then put it into yarn. And then it goes into textile industry. Now we'll see this much is okay. Have you understood the process?
Yes.
Okay. Now we'll see the machines and the tools that we are used for shearing. Now what is shearing? Can anyone tell me? What is shearing? Seventh standard, I'm asking you certain question.
Yes, ma'am.
What is shearing?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Hearing, taking haircut.
Removing hair
Yes.
along with the skin. Isn't it better? Removing hair along with the skin. That is fleece.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
fleece. It is called as shearing. Well done, beta. Who said I don't know?
Mohammed Zaki Wakil.
Zaki. Zaki
Yes.
used to read, I think so. Zaki,
Yes.
were you reading the slides and then you say you don't know? That surprises me. Now, why are we reading in the first place? To understand and to know. If you are reading, you are the best
Yes.
person to know things. And flatly you are saying, I do not know without even trying. Is it good, beta?
No, ma'am.
Okay? Because now you're growing up better. You cannot say flatly. At least try. Try because just now just few seconds before I explained everything, I just revised the processes, didn't I? That's
Yes.
how I started with the lecture. And when I showed you the sharing, and after sharing, we do scouring, I told you everything. And I just asked you, fine, what is sharing? It should be on the tip of your tongue. All of yours. It takes me aback, beta. Okay? So,
Yes.
shearing is removal of wool or removal, not wool, removal of fur along with the skin. Let's see the machines that we are using for cutting of wool. First one you can see over here. Can you see this? This is how the fur is removed. And
Yes.
the fur, see, you can see the fur is at the bottom, brown. This is how the fur is removed. These are the shearing machine. Can you see this? These are the machines. Cutter, comb. Can you see this? First it is combed, first the fur is combed and then it is cut. It's like a razor. Can you see this? It's like a razor. Yes or no? What your papa uses, it's almost like
Yes.
that. It's like a razor. So these are the tools. A sheep shearing machine, you should know that I've tried to show you. Now let's see when the yarn is made, what are the types and its uses? Yes, better start to read.
Yes, ma'am. Yarn. Types and its uses. There are two types of yarn. Long yarn, shorter yarn.
Don't
So long
shout,
yarn.
don't shout. Softly. Long yarn, shorter yarn. It's clear
Yes, ma'am.
why I'm telling you? That's the way you can be a good speaker. Now, when you're pulling it so high, uh, I'm not able to concentrate at you. I'm not able to pay attention to you. You understand? Because now that becomes a shout. The way you're speaking, it's becoming a shout. Do you understand what I'm saying better?
Yes.
Hello? You understood now? So, in a very proper tone, please read. Long yarn, shorter yarn. Next, read better.
The long yarn threads are usually knitted to make sweaters, mufflers, caps, and socks. The shorter yarn threads are woven into fabrics.
Thank you.
Woven.
Woven is right. Now we have two types of yarn. Long yarn is long thread. What is the yarn actually? It is a thread. And short yarn. The long yarn is generally used for making, or it is knitted. Knitted means you know the mama knits, your dadima knits, right? Remember that? So that they make sweaters, mufflers for you. So long threads are used for sweaters, mufflers, caps, and socks. Whereas the shorter yarn threads are made into fabrics. Fabrics means for cloth. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. You can see wool and yarn. This is wool. Okay, this is wool. Okay, and it's made into threads. This is reel, and this is cloth. Can you see this? Now it is woven. All these are woven. Understood, all of you?
Woven. Yes, ma'am.
Woven. This is called yarn. Now let's see what are the uses of wool. Please.
Uses of wool. Wool is used for making warm clothes such as sweater, cap, shawl, gloves, and blanket, etc. Wool is also used in making carpets and upholstery.
Upholstery. Read with me.
Upholstery.
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 No, upholstery.
Upholstery.
Upholstery. Understood now?
Upholstery.
It's become easy. Just
Upholstery.
break it. Yes, just break the word and that becomes easy.
Upholstery. Upholstery.
Wool we are generally using for making warm clothes. Example, sweater, cap, shawls, gloves and blanket. Also used in making carpets. Sometimes if you just put your feet on carpets, don't you feel warm? Because those carpets are made up of wool. You understand? And upholstery. Upholstery means in the cars, the the furnishings that is done, like the seat, the deck, it is covered by the cloth, furry uh, cloth. That's all called as upholstery. That is also made up of wool. Now we come to silk. So wool is over. Any problem regarding wool, beta? You want to ask me any question regarding wool?
No.
You know the process
No,
from where
ma'am.
we get wool? What we
The
understood, beta? The source of wool.
wool and
Which are the
yarn. Now silk.
which are the animals which give wool? Second, the processes of getting wool from fur. Yes or
Yes.
no? Third, the
Yes.
tools, the
Yes.
machines that we use for getting the wool.
And
And,
uses.
and the uses of wool. Where are we using all this wool? And what are the types of yarns? These are the short yarns and long yarns. What are the types of yarns we have and where it is used? Everything is in detail. Is there any problem still regarding wool? Now we start with silk.
No.
Is there any problem with the?
No, ma'am.
Now we come to silk. Read it.
Silk is obtained from silkworms. The rearing of silkworms from obtaining silk is called sericulture.
Now silk we generally know that we get it from silkworms. In GK I think you must have read regarding silkworms. Yes, beta. So from silkworms we get silk. We kill it and then we get. and we are making the silkworms big from the babies to the big one so that we can get silk. This process of getting silk from silkworm is called sericulture. What it is called, beta? Sericulture. Is it clear? Is it clear, boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So tell me what is sericulture, beta?
Taking silk from silkworm is called silkculture.
Not taking, getting, obtaining. Don't say taking.
Rearing
Taking
of
is general.
silkworm for obtaining silk is called sericulture.
Yes, miss.
So this is a process. This is a process. How do you get silk from silkworm? It's a process to get silk. Isn't it? That process is called as sericulture.
Yes, silk. Silk fiber is obtained from the cocoon of the silkworms. Silk moth. The silk moth lives on the leaves of mulberry plants. Types of silk. Different types of silk form. Different types of silkworm
Read
produce
properly.
different types of silk in
Read
terms of
properly better.
yes. Different types of silkworm produce different types of silk in terms of luster and texture. For example, tussar silk, muga silk, kosa silk, etc. are produced by different types of silk moth. Mulberry silk is the most common silk moth. Sericulture. The rearing of silkworm for obtaining silk is called sericulture.
Do you understand a little? Now from where we get silk fiber? From the cocoons, you know that. Silk fiber we get from the cocoons. This is the cocoon, right, beta? And the silkworm is inside the cocoon. So it has made the cocoon around it to metamorphosize. What is the process called as? Metamorphosis. You understand? So the whole structure is known as cocoon. This structure is known as cocoon. And when this silkworm matures, it will become silk moth. So before it makes a hole and comes out, this is a caterpillar kind. And when this caterpillar will become an adult moth, it will make a hole and come out of the cocoon, isn't it, Vita? But the farmers do not want that to happen. So what he does, he kills the silkworm, which is inside the cocoon, in hot boiling water. You understand? So that the farmer will have the intact silk. Because if it makes a hole, the quality of the silk will be reduced. Is it understandable to all of you?
Yes,
All of you. There's only one Sahil. What about rest?
yes,
Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
understood better? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now this silk moth, where do you find? You find it on the
Yes.
mulberry trees. Where do you find बेटा? Mulberry. जिसको हम सहतूत कहते हैं. In Hindi we call it सहतूत. So that is called as mulberry plants. You generally get this silk worm. Now let's see the types of silk we have. We get different types of silk from different types of silkworm. And generally, the different types of silk, how we can relate, how we can differentiate in terms of luster and texture. Luster is the brightness, it's the shiny, and the texture is the feel, how soft it is. We have tussar silk, muga silk, kosa silk, etc. We are getting all these types of silk from different types of silk moth, which is the common silk moth that we are going to read. That is going to be mulberry silk. And we already know that to make the silkworms or to allow them to grow from the babies, from the silkworms to silk moth for obtaining silk is called as sericulture. So we are developing, we are allowing the silkworms to grow just for getting the silk that is called as sericulture. Is it clear? Is it
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You can see this is the silk moth. Can you see the silk moth, beta? You should understand male silk is smaller than the female silk. Female silk moth is beautiful, isn't it? To look at. This is male silk. Is it clear? Is it clear,
Yes.
beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
See. Now, can you see this?
Yes, miss.
So female silk moth is bigger than the male silk moth. It is beautiful also. Now let's see what is the history of silk. How silk came into
Yes.
being.
Silk was discovered
Let's
in
go.
China around 3500 BC. Silk became a
Just a
prized
moment. Who
possession
is reading
because
now? Who is reading
Muhammad
now?
Zaki Wakil.
Okay, Zaki, stop it. Someone wanted to read in between. Who is it? Who wanted to read?
And no one.
Someone read with him, better, along with Zaki.
No one, no one.
Anyone wants to read? Zaki already read three, four slides, I think. Does anyone want to read, better?
Ma'am, can I read? Dear son.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, my dear son, carry on.
History of silk. Silk was discovered in
This is
China
not silk.
around
Madam, she.
around
3500 BC.
30 3500 BCC
Mehdi, read properly, better.
yes,
Ma'am, shall I?
be- become a prize.
No, stop it. Okay, who is next?
Kasim Reza. Ma'am, shall I?
Hmm? Hassan
Of its
Raza.
high quality and
Hello, who is it?
Kasim Reza.
Huh? Kasim. Who wants to read, better?
Miss, shall I read? Ma'am,
Muhammad
what
Fazil
was
Tell
Asaria
me your
read.
name.
can I read?
Give me your name.
Sorry, Muhammad
Asaria
Fazil.
Muhammad Fazil.
Fazil. And who else? Who else wanted to read? Fazil. One is Fazil, and who is the second one?
Miss Dawdani Kasim Reza.
Kasim Raza. Okay. Kasim, you take on the charge.
Miss Dawdani Kasim Reza.
Say
Yes.
Kasim. I said Kasim, I think so. Why will I say the whole name? Kasim is
Silk
enough
was
for me.
discovered in China around 3500 BC. Yes.
Continue.
Silk was discovered in China around 3400 BC. Silk became a prize
Position.
possession because of its fine quality and luster.
Continue.
Possession because of the of its
What are you saying?
originally
Originally, it was
it
used.
was it was used in emperors only. It was through trade. Originally it was used by emperors
Peter, don't read
only.
like this, please.
It was through trade that silk spread to other parts of the world. Over a period of time, over a period of time, silk was a staple item of trade. During ancient times, due to this, the ancient trade routes which linked China to other other parts of the world are called silk routes. As per historians, silk was produced in India also through
Yes. What happened?
like
Proof of
that.
use of silk. What happened?
Yes, mute is
Proof.
mic. The sorry,
Yeah, continue. Someone else take up the charge. As per
I read,
historians, yeah, read better. As per historians,
miss, I read till India also.
huh? Indus Valley
As per
civilization has
historians,
also been silk was
silk was
produced in India
produced in
also.
India also. Proof,
Proof of use.
Proof of
Yes,
use is silk during the
Indus Valley.
proof of use silk
Why
during
reading
the
it
Indus
again and
Valley
again, better?
civilization has Indus Valley civilization has also been found.
I'm sorry,
Is
better.
there is
Kasim, you
net
cannot
problem?
read
No,
like
so you are
this.
seem to be two
Huh?
times.
Ah, I mean,
Miss, here is net problem.
Ma'am, can I read the
let's
sorry
talk.
how much is it?
It's
Here is
okay,
net
let me
problem.
explain. Okay, better.
Ma'am, can I read the sorry how much is it?
No, I have to explain first.
Okay, ma'am.
So first silk came to be discovered in China. So China is a country where silk was discovered, right? And way back 3500 BC, before Christ. Remember, everybody would not have silk. Only few people would have silk. Okay? Why? It was a prize possession. What is it prize possession? If I have silk, I feel, oh God, it's like a prize. I got an award. That feeling people would get because only few people would have the silk clothes, not all of them. And all of them liked silk because it was of a good quality and it was shiny. So people liked wearing it. It was only used by emperors, that is, kings and queens would be using it. And due to the trade, when people started trading with each other, due to the trade, silk from China spread it all over the world. You understood now?
Yes.
So you understand? Silk was
Yes.
never anywhere in the world. Only through China, silk came to all parts of the world. Then time passed by, silk became a very important item of trade during those old times. So ancient trade routes, which was actually linking China to other parts of the world, it became Silk Route, what was called as Silk Route, and India was a part of it. Do you understand? So India was a part of the Silk Route. Now, according to historians, silk was also produced in India. China, it was discovered, but silk was also produced in India. How did you find? It was during Indus Valley civilization. The proof has been found that the people were using silk during that type of civilization. Is it understandable?
Yes.
Did you understand how it came to being, where it was, and how it came to all parts of the world? Let me see
Yes.
exactly what is the life history of silk moths.
Yes.
Should we
Mother,
continue or should we stop it? The time is up, I think so. I won't be able to finish it if better.
Yes.
We have to redo it.
Yes, ma'am, 10 o'clock.
Huh? Because there's no, I will read only one slide, but the rest of them will be remaining. So let's stop it. It's hardly 1 or 2 minutes
Ma'am,
left.
15 minutes left.
What?
Ma'am, it's time for 10:15. 15 minutes
Then,
left.
then no problem. Then no problem. Then we can finish it. Okay.
Now I
Life
read
history of silk moth. Yes, read better.
Muhammad Zakir. Ma'am, Muhammad Zakir read the
Ma'am,
still
2 minutes has left.
you see more to read.
Start to read.
The female 6 month lays eggs which hatch into a larva called caterpillars or silkworms. The larva grows in size, then it secretes fiber proteins and
Can someone else read better? I think there's some net problem.
pupa. This covering is called cocoon. The pupa then develops into a young silk moth. Silk yarn thread is obtained from the cocoon of the silk moth. The
Okay,
most
thank
common
you.
silk moth is the
Now
mulberry
let's see
silk
the
moth.
life history of silk moth. Very first thing is the female silk moth. What it does better? It lays eggs. This much you know. Who will lay eggs better? Female silk moth. This much you know or not? Hello, boys. Who lays
Yes.
eggs? Female lays
Yes,
eggs. Silk moth lays eggs, right? Then what is the
Ma'am,
next process? It
first,
hatches.
ma'am, seek more egg come first or first seek more?
Huh? Eggs, obviously.
So who
From
made
eggs only.
eggs?
Eggs will be forming the larvae
Who made
later.
eggs?
And from that larvae, it will become pupa. From pupa, it will become an adult moth. It is
And but
otherwise
who
the
made
same thing.
eggs? Who made eggs?
Female silk moth, who else?
So for you are telling first eggs come. So how female come first?
Why did you ask me? If you know the question, why did you ask me?
Ma'am, I am asking. I don't know question.
You have already given me the answer.
I'm confused.
Don't be. Okay. Now that was not a very important thing. Understand what I am trying to tell you. So the female silk moth, what it does, beta? It lays eggs. And what is the next step? It is hatching. What does it hatch into? Larvae. Now this larvae are called as caterpillars or silkworm. Is this clear? So female silkworm, it gives eggs on the leaves of the mulberry, and after some time these eggs will hatch. What is meaning hatch? From the eggs the small babies will come out. That is called as hatching. Now these babies are called as larvae, and these larvae actually are called as caterpillars or silkworms. Is this clear? Is this clear? Boys, can you hear me? Hello?
sometimes
Is it clear?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now what is this larvae doing? This larvae will start eating the mulberry leaves. They feed on mulberry leaves and then they become very big. They grow in size, huge they become. So larvae continuously eat the mulberry leaves, that is the food, and becomes bigger in size. After a certain period of time, it starts secreting fibers. What is does? It starts secreting. What is the meaning of secreting? It starts producing the fibers, which is actually protein. And these fibers, it is producing around its body. It is covering its body. You understand? And it covers itself completely. And what is the stage called as? This stage is called as pupa. You understand now? So it is weaving a sort of a covering around itself, and this fiber is made up of protein, which is the saliva which is coming out from its mouth and completely covers itself. This form is called as pupa. Now the pupa is inside, but the covering is called as cocoon. What it is called as?
Cocoon.
Cocoon. Then see, the pupa is inside the cocoon. You agree? You agree or not? The pupa is inside the cocoon. So this pupa is developing. The pupa is developing into a young silk moth. You understand? So this pupa inside the cocoon is developing into young silk moth. That could be a female or a male. Now silk yarn, which is actually the thread, we get this from the cocoon. From where we get the silk beta? From the cocoon. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And which is that we are using? The silk moth is the mulberry silk. What are we using with a mulberry silk moth? Yes, please read.
Life
Read
cycle
with
of
the
silkworm. There are four stages in the life cycle of silkworm: egg, larva, pupa, and
how are you reading better?
what is this? Adult.
Adult.
Female adults. Female silk moth layers egg. After about 14 days, eggs are hatched into
Has hatched into larva.
hatched into larva called
Caterpillars. Why taking so
caterpillars.
much of time? Can anyone else read better? Sahil? Is there anyone who can read?
Saria Zohar Abbas.
Okay, read.
There are four stages in the life cycle of silk moth: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Female silk moth lays eggs. After about 14 days, eggs are hatched into larvae called caterpillars, grow into pupa, secretes fibers made of protein, and waves the fiber around itself completely. This covering is called cocoon. Light in the cocoon for some time.
Live,
After
live.
live in the cocoon for some time. After coming out of cocoon grows into a silk moth.
This is the life cycle. So in all, there are four stages. What are the stages? First eggs, then from eggs,
From it we get
it comes
larva,
larva. The larva will develop into pupa, and
pupa,
pupa will
and
develop into
adult.
adult. Is it clear? Let's go step by step. The female silk moth, what it does? What it does? It lays eggs, and after 14 days, it is hatched. What? Into larva. And what is larva called as? Caterpillars or silkworm, right? What are the caterpillar called as? Silkworm? Am I right?
Right.
Hello? Yes? So, and this silkworm, the caterpillar, then it becomes pupa. Am I right? And what this pupa does? The pupa starts weaving a protein around its body and completely covers itself. This is called as cocoon. Agree? Do you agree, beta?
Yes.
And
Yes.
this pupa is actually living in the cocoon inside. It lives there for some time. And when it comes out of cocoon, it is a silk moth. It is an adult silk moth. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Clear. Clear.
You want to
Clear.
ask me any question?
No, ma'am.
Now see, adult silk moth, can you see this?
Yes.
What it does? It is laying eggs. Can you see this over here? Female silk moth with eggs.
Yes.
Here. Can you see this female silk moth with eggs? Here.
Yes.
Don't shout. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I did not ask you to answer. If you don't want to answer, don't answer, but be polite.
Yes, ma'am.
These are the eggs. Can you see the eggs better? From
Yes.
eggs, what we get? Larva. And what is this larva called as? Caterpillars or silkworm. So these are the silkworm. Is it clear? Now, these silkworms
Yes.
will become pupa. Now, inside this cocoon, this is cocoon, isn't it, beta? This is cocoon, and inside it is a pupa. What do you say?
Pupa.
Is the pupa is inside, and it is made a cocoon around it. It's a silk. The cocoon is silk. You got it? And from here, here you can see it has been cut into half. This is the whole thing is the cocoon. Just see. Cocoon with developing moth. Can you see this?
Yes.
This is the developing moth. So it is metamorphosizing. The caterpillar is changing into moth. It is inside the cocoon. Okay? And afterwards, it will become a moth. Can you see this? Adult moth. Any problem?
No.
Now, this is a mulberry tree that we are talking about. This is a mulberry tree. Okay? And I think you have eaten these fruits, which we call the setut.
Ma'am, this
Yes.
tree is near my gate.
Yes. Now you understood, no? It is available and it's very sweet.
Yes.
These
It
mulberry
is
are very
Setu.
sweet. Yes. And you get this mulberry fruits on leaves. You know, the people sell it on leaves. So soft, very juicy.
Yes, yes.
Yes, see, this is how it looks like with us. Can you see this? This is how it looks like.
Ma'am, I am climbing on the tree and removing that and eating.
Okay, beta. This is how the mulberry leaves look like. You see this mulberry leaves? This is how it looks like. And these mulberry leaves are eaten up by the caterpillars. Okay. Now I think it's clear to
Yes.
you what is mulberry tree.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Okay. Yes, better.
excuse me, ma'am.
Tell me.
मैम ये सेल सिर्फ मलबरी के ट्री में से मिल रहा है.
Hanji. This is the
ओके.
common silk that we get from mulberry tree because these silk moth they live on mulberry trees. Do you understand? They don't live on any other
Yes,
trees
ma'am.
except mulberry trees. They don't live on any other trees because they like to eat. That is their food. Mulberry leaves is the food. They cannot eat any other leaves. Do we eat
Yes.
everything? No, no. The one which is in our habit we
Hmm.
will eat. So they only live on mulberry trees. Okay, now let's see after we get silk from cocoon, how do we process it to get silk clothes? Yes, please start to read. Yes, beta. Hello. One of you start reading. Hello.
Processing silk. Ma'am, I read
Yes, beta.
processing of silk. The process of obtaining silk from silk moth involves rearing of silkworms, reeling and dyeing. This is followed by spinning and weaving.
Now you got this. These are the processes which we get or which we do to obtain silk from silk moth. First is we are growing the silkworm, that is rearing of silkworm. Second is you get the cocoon. So what you do, you reel it, you make it into reels. After making reels, what you do, you color it, that is dyeing. And then after dyeing, we spin it and when we make clothes. Any problem?
No problem.
Some
Sir,
extra
नहीं आवे me.
pic I have given. Now this is how the silk looks like. You see this? From the cocoon, this is how the silk fibers look like. Okay? This is the process. Can you see this? This is weaving, making clothes. And this is the textiles. Can you see the saris, silk saris?
Yes.
Yes? And this is spinning. Can you see this? It's a factory. So many people are working. Yes. Yes, better. Now, from where actually you're getting silk? From cocoon. So we will go from cocoon now. Main thing is the cocoon. From cocoon, how we get silk clothes? Let's see one by one. Start. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Just start to read.
Yes, from cocoon to silk. Silk moths are reared and their cocoons are corrected to get silk yarns.
Now, silk moths, we grow them up, so this was rearing. Cocoons are collected so that from there we get silk yarns, that is threads of silk. So let's see the first step, that is rearing of silkworms. Please read.
15 has done time over.
No, time is over. Time is over. Sorry. No, it's okay. So we will start with the 50 slide.
Ma'am, what is homework?
Nothing. You have to go through the uploaded video, and I will be giving you the lesson number. Uh, no, not there's no homework. You have to just go to the uploaded video.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. After I finish, then I will give you the PDF. Okay, beta?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Bye, beta. Have a good day. I hope you have understood today's session. Hello, boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand nicely?